Welcome to another edition of Culinary Concepts with Martin Brothers Distributing. I am Chef Steve Tizzy, and today we are going to be making a steak Chateaubriand. Traditionally, this is a tableside dish prepared right at the table in front of your guest. Today we're going to show it as a way that every restaurant can serve it, and it will taste just as good. So let's head over to the grill and get started. To start out the Chateaubriand dish, we're using a beef tenderloin, which typically is where your filet mignon comes from. And we're going to season this up. I have a wonderful McCormick seasoning. It's a roasted garlic and pepper blend that we're going to season this whole filet around here. Because what we're going to do is put this on the broiler, and we're going to grill all the sides of this. So it's going to take a few minutes right on the broiler. And we're going to season, we're going to sear. It's going to be all sides, from this side, the top, even the ends. We're going to get a nice sear. That is part of the traditional Chateaubriand, is having the grilled filet. And then we're going to take it off the grill, and we're going to move over, and we're going to actually saute to finish the dish. Now we're moving over to the Chateaubriand sauce. To start this sauce out, traditionally it's a demi-glace sauce. Today we are using a custom culinary demi-glace that works out very well for this dish. And as you will notice, we have a mix in here of peppers, we have onions, we have mushrooms, celery, so you get a nice flavor blended in. And then we want to strain it. So we're going to move on to the straining, because all we want is the demi-glace part after we have gotten our flavor. So now that we're going to go into and strain it all out. Okay. Now that we have enough here for our dish, this is going to be reserved and held off to the side to finish our dish. All right, now we're going to move back to the beef tenderloin we're searing off. I'll tell you what, by having this on the grill, this looks really nice. As you can see, we've got both sides there marked. Now we're going to turn over and we're going to get the back side of this marked. But I just really wanted to show we're doing a nice diamond shape on there, because this is going to show in the appearance of the finished dish. Now we're going to start moving over to the side items that we are going to serve with our Chateaubriand. One item that I really enjoy using, these are a sweet pepper from Roland, and we're going to do a blue cheese stuffed pepper. So what I've done was made up a blue cheese stuffing that's just a mixture of breadcrumbs, some blue cheese, some herbs and seasonings in there. I've thrown in some products from McCormick seasonings just to season these up, and we're going to stuff these, and then they're going to be finished in the oven. And this will be used as our vegetable to go with the Chateaubriand. So it's going to lend some very nice color. And these peppers come in from Roland. They come in cleaned. As you can see, they're already cleaned and ready to go. And one more pepper to stuff, and we'll have that done. And then we will move over, we'll pull our beef off of the grill. That's going to set for just a second, and while that is setting, we'll go through and talk about our shrimp we're going to use as a garnish, as kind of a duet plate as a garnish, but also with our potato. So let's get these into the oven. Now, as you see, this tenderloin is marked beautifully. We've got it marked on all sides. As you see, nice diamond cuts, marks on all sides. So it's time for this to come off the grill. So this is going to sit and rest for just a few minutes. We're going to let that cool down, because this is going to be sliced. So we're going to set this off to the side while we get the rest of the dish ready to prepare. Now we're going to move back to the grill with some shrimp. We're going to season the shrimp up. We have some nice McCormick seafood seasoning that I'm just going to lightly dust on the shrimp, and that's going to go on the grill. This is going to be served with those stuffed peppers that we just put in the oven to serve as a garnish, but also as a duet. So now as we get these going on the grill, these are just going to be lightly grilled. We don't want to over grill our shrimp, but we have a nice light seasoning. And we're just going to let those go on the grill for just a few minutes and have those ready to finish our plate. Okay, now that we have the shrimp going on the grill, this shrimp is an Aquastar shrimp that we like to use quite a bit here at Martin Brothers, and it really cooks up very well. This already comes in cleaned, peeled, and ready to go, so it's a lot less prep on there, so it's going to speed up my process that I like to have in the kitchen. All right, now we're just going to do some nice roasted potatoes that we're going to put in here. We have our nice hot butter in here. And again, I'm going to use again this McCormick. I really enjoy using as an all-purpose seasoning, the roasted garlic and pepper and salt blend. So again, we throw in that McCormick seasoning. It's going to give a very nice flavor to the roasted potatoes. We get a nice color on them. And this is just going to be a part to finish off our plate and make a wonderful dish. Now we're at a point we're going to pull our stuffed peppers out of the oven. As you notice, we have a nice golden brown crust on top of our blue cheese stuffing. So these are going to come out of the oven and just set off to the side for a second until we actually finish our dish. As you will see over here on the grill, we also have the shrimp ready to go. So this is going to come off the grill also. And these two items are going to be served together. So we have a wonderful items ready to go for our dish. Now we're moving back over to the burner where we are going to finish the Chateaubriand dish, which we have the nice beef tenderloin here, as you can see where I've grilled it and where I've actually sliced it. The slices is what we're going to finish in here, also with our demi-glace sauce. So we're going to start over. I've got the oil in the pan. I've got just a nice little heat on there. We're going to sear the outside. And I tend to keep this about a medium rare to a medium, but again, this is something that you can, take the customer choice on, how they like it from rare to well. But the searing part's going to get a nice sear on each side of it. It's going to seal it all up. So it's just going to go on. Once we flip the beef over, then we're going to add our sauce in. And that's what's going to finish our dish. And typically this is what's done table side on a traditional level, but this is something every restaurant can do. See how we're getting a nice color in there? And now we're adding our demi-glace. This is going to glaze the beef. All right, that is looking wonderful. Tell you, this is going to be the final now. Let's get ready to plate this dish up. Now we're at the final stage of putting our plate together with our steak Chateaubriand. We have our vegetables. We're going to place our stuffed peppers. These are going to go kind of at the end of this plate here. And the shrimp is going to be just a nice complement to the peppers and our steak Chateaubriand. So we're just going to use a couple pieces there. Now we get to the point with the wonderful steak that we're going to go on the plate with. And we're going to put about 2, maybe 3, we'll see how this goes on the plate, pieces of Chateaubriand. Let's stick with 2, that looks nice. And we have the gravy, the demi-glace, it's going to go right on top of that. This is where a lot of the flavor is. That's going to make this dish. And now the potatoes. Let's go with some nice potatoes on here. A nice colorful blend of roasted potatoes will add very nicely and complement the beef very well. Here we have the final plate, the steak Chateaubriand. We have the wonderful stuffed peppers, the grilled shrimp to complement the beef and the peppers, and of course we cannot let go this Chateaubriand steak. Wonderful dish that any restaurant can prepare, and alongside some nice roasted potatoes to complement the dish overall. And again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Culinary Concepts. I'm Chef Steve Tizzy, and we'll see you next time. We hope you enjoyed our cooking tips, techniques, and recipes here at Martin Brothers. For any questions and additional recipes, visit martinsnet.com.